Destroy the 88s!
Hello everybody, welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Scott and I'm joined by Rich.
Hello.
Hello, howdy doody. You've played a whole hell of a lot of Call of Duty World of War II.
World of War II.
World War II. Whatever
Yes,
it is. And you did this to me in Assassin's Creed. What is your one word, first impressions, reactions,
Now
thoughts?
you see, I've been prepared for this. Exciting.
Oh!
Exciting is what I have to say. This is the Call of Duty title that Activision have been marketing very well as the one to get people back onto the series.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they might have actually managed to do that.
See, they've been doing a lot of nostalgia plays in the marketing, like get your crew back together.
Get your squad back together is the best trailer for Call of Duty I think they ever did.
See, you're our Resident Evil, you're our resident Call of Duty expert.
Ish.
And you're way more accomplished in the series than any of the rest of us. Like, I've tried to play every single one of them, but like, you know that stuff inside out. So there's no one better to dive into this thing. So, we need to go bit by bit. Let's go with the campaign first.
Yeah, so
How
campaign.
is it?
So this isn't a review, that's coming next week. This is our first impressions, because I've only had a few hours on the game. I can't really draw up a review for the whole thing after only about 3 hours playing it. So I've done an hour of each thing, and that's what we're going to focus on. So first off, campaign. This is probably the biggest sort of... It's not an afterthought.
Okay.
Like, not to say that Call of Duty campaigns are an afterthought, but when you look back at some of the previous campaigns, especially something like Black Ops 3, the campaigns weren't... They didn't come across like the big blockbuster things they used to be. They're just sort of... They're the other thing, the other bit of the game. But the campaign for World War II... They've gone back to, obviously, they've gone back to World War II. It opens with Normandy, and you think, okay, you know, standard World War II stuff. But there's such a big focus on characters and their interactions with each other and the relationships between the characters. And like I said, I've only done about 2 or 3 missions so far, and you already get a good sense of what these characters are like. So it's exciting to see how these characters are going to evolve throughout the game.
Because when you mention the D-Day stuff, like the Normandy stuff, like my main reference point in terms of recreating that scene in a game is going to be something like Medal of Honor Frontline. Do you think this is the new like benchmark or landmark or whatever?
Yeah, because I've played stuff before that obviously that does stuff at Normandy, but this is sort of different. It gives you a lot more. You get a lot more time on the boat essentially when you're moving in. You get much more time on that, so you get to see the people. Like normally when I don't know what it was, but when I played a Normandy thing before, you see all the characters like sat there shaking, and one of them's throwing up, and it's like, oh, these guys are chill as f. Like they're just like, yeah, let's go do it, yeah, let's do it. And then all of a sudden, bombs start going off, and then they start getting scared. So you do see that sort of that sudden change in character, like the gruff, tough people. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh Christ! So
that seems way more realistic.
I mean, it is. I mean, you know, it's Call of Duty. It's still going to be silly, but. There is this sort of more grounded nature to it, and grounded is probably the best way to describe this. Other than exciting, grounded. One of the biggest things about the campaign that really surprised me, there's no regenerating health.
I heard about this.
It's first aid kits and a health bar, which is very strange for Call of Duty because they haven't done this before.
And 2017.
In 2017, yeah. They're taking inspiration from sort of the Doom, Wolfenstein, essentially Bethesda's side of things, being a bit more old school with it. And it does make you play the game differently, but I like the idea of, it makes me think about what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to run in, shoot some people, and then just sit down for a bit. Like, I will, you know, make a decision as to whether it's going to be worth going in. How many health kits have I got? Thankfully, it's not so much like a sort of a Wolfenstein thing where you are few and far between. You need to play really carefully.
That's what I was going to say.
It's just more of a case of the health regeneration just isn't passive anymore in the game. That's more sort of what it is. Because eventually your teammates will be able to throw you stuff. You can say, "Hey, you, give me a first aid kit," and it'll chuck you one.
Oh, nice!
And it's pretty cool.
So do you find yourself using like cover more? Like, there's not that whole running down one man against everybody.
When I'm moving up a road, for example, with like the classic, oh look, here's some shoulder height debris. Like I do find myself sneaking up and moving around like that.
That's cool.
So it's a slightly different take. It's nothing too drastic, but it's a welcome addition. Like when I first saw it on the screen, it was like, oh my, this is cool. So yeah, I mean that's all I can really say about the campaign. Well, it's slightly different in the way it works because obviously you've got the first aid kits. There's more interaction with other players, like other NPCs, other AI on the battlefield. But
so you're storming.
You storm Normandy. You go up the beach. You do some stuff in the trenches. You do some sort of you need to go and take ammo to another another bunch of troops somewhere else, which has a brilliant driving sequence.
Oh, nice.
You drive. It's really, really fast paced.
You drive stuff?
Yeah, you drive.
Oh.
Jump in a car and you just bound it down the road, running over Nazis. It's wicked.
Is that the first time we've driven a car in a Call of Duty campaign?
No, you did in Black Ops 1.
Aha.
There was a point in the first mission of Black Ops 1 there was a car sequence, but yeah, it's just a welcome addition. Like, it feels like they've gone for boots on the ground, but they haven't ignored all the other cool stuff that happens in a campaign. Like, there's a part where you're dragging one of your teammates who's been wounded. Like, you're dragging him along, and you've just got a pistol. Like, you put him down as Nazis pop up, and it's like, bang, 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 and then keep moving him again. Like, the campaign so far has been really, really good fun,
yes.
and I'm really excited to go and play some more of it. So that's the campaign.
Sounds pretty solid.
It's very solid. So, multiplayer.
Okay.
Now, I didn't play any of the multiplayer last night.
Right.
So I haven't played any of the release multiplayer, but I did play the PC beta,
Yes.
which was only a few weeks ago. It was after the console beta, and it was open as well. So returning to go back to boots on the ground is great.
Right.
Because I've played Black Ops 3 a lot recently, especially the multiplayer, and it reminds me how much I hate advanced movement. I hate it so much.
Is that the name for it? Advanced movement?
Advanced movement.
Just flying wall runny bollocks.
Yeah, essentially that. Like, I realised playing like core and hardcore in Black Ops 3 how much I detest it.
Yeah.
So going back to World War II, boots on the ground, running around with a trench gun, it's stupidly fun. It's still your standard Twitch shooter with a World War setting. That's essentially all it is. But it is still fun. The weapons are great. The progression is different. The class making is different. The weapons all feel great.
Okay. How satisfying is the M1 Garand?
The M1 Garand is the best weapon in the game. Running around with that thing is amazing. I mean, there are obviously the criticisms of inaccuracies in terms of the weapons. You know, people being able to reload the Garand randomly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't. You don't have to empty the clip to reload it.
Right.
And like the animation's really wrong as to how it's actually done and stuff. It's like, right, okay.
I love it someone pointed that out.
And like the trench gun holds 10 shells.
Okay.
Not 6, which is weird.
Idiots.
It's weird. But like, if you can look past that and you look at the multiplayer itself, it's really good. And if you're the kind of person that's on the fence about this because you're not sure about whether you want to jump back into Call of Duty, this is great.
Nice.
Because, I mean, like we said, the marketing that Activision have done is saying this is like old school Call of Duty.
Totally.
You should go and play it. It is.
I think a lot of people's like the height of the series, like in terms of like the cultural pull, or when most people were trying it out, was like the Modern Warfare stuff.
2008 to 2012, that was like the golden era. So COD 4 through to Black Ops 2, I think, is like the golden era.
And like World of War's like in there.
World Wars, yeah, and that's where we're back now. And it plays really well. I do need to put some more time into it. I will admit that. You know, I won't talk about much about.
You can only do as much as you can. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's going to be more to come next week when we get the full review out. But yeah, the multiplayer has been really, really fun so far. I haven't been invested in multiplayer in COD since Black Ops 1, 7 years ago.
Man.
But this is great, and I'm really excited to play more of it.
Did you get a chance to check out the loot box system?
I did to some extent.
Okay.
In Zombies, I got a loot box because I leveled up, and it gave me a bunch of multiplayer bits as well as zombie stuff.
Right.
And it gave me some more emotes. So like at the end of the game, when you get the when you have the 3 people, the top scorers on one team, they're all stood
you can
there,
do stuff then.
You can emote and stuff.
That's like
I'm not sure what stuff I got yet, but I'm hoping we're not getting any more like all that rubbish.
There'll be a dab.
There'll be a dab.
I bet you there's a
but
dab.
I'm hoping they don't go too silly from the stuff that from the reticles and the camos that I've seen that were leaked a while ago that would be in supply drops or whatever. They don't seem too stupid.
Good.
So I'm quite happy.
Good.
Okay. My favourite bit, zombies.
Okay. Oh god, yeah, the zombies.
Zombies. So,
how can I forget
World War II zombies looked amazing. When the first trailer out, it was like, oh goodness me. So,
you love yourself some Call of Duty
I do love me some zombies. I did a list on zombies.
You should check that out.
You should go and watch that. The zombies in this is terrifying.
Really?
And it's brilliant, yeah.
Okay.
Treyarch Zombies, the stuff that I've been playing for years, is very sort of arcadey when you look at it compared to this. This is, again, grounded, and it's very, very scary. So they've really played up on the sort of the survival horror nature of it.
Nice. Because I've heard, let us know who some of the celebrities that are in here are.
Well, most of the celebrities I'm not really, I've not really heard of them.
Right.
But David Tennant,
David Tennant's
as in the
there.
10th Doctor, is one of these one of these characters, and he's doing a Scottish accent. It's so funny to run around as David Tennant killing
you get to
zombies.
play as him?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lines that he has are very much sort of exactly what you're thinking as the player.
Right, okay.
Like you run around a corner and you find like a swarm of zombies, and David Tennant just goes, "F*** off!" and starts killing them. It's hilarious. And
I love that they've just gone full, just whole hog
proper
ridiculous.
stupid, yeah.
Why not?
But I mean, like I said, it is still grounded. Like the sound design in the zombies is phenomenal.
Right.
They've really played up on like a horror film jump scare kind of thing.
And it works.
Yeah, it really does. Like if you, for example, you don't see a zombie for a while, the game will know that, and then it'll either drop one on you in a jump scare, like it'll just jump out the ground in front of you and scare the crap out of you, or when it comes back into your sights, it'll play like a da-da-da sound when you see it again. So it really implies that you're constantly being like stalked, like a horror film kind of thing.
This is actually making me interested in play, because that seems like one of the most unique ways they've framed the zombies mode in a while.
And they because it's a standalone thing. This isn't a continuation of any of the zombie stuff like all the tryout games have been. You do get to play a prologue which A, introduces the characters, and B, introduces you to the mechanics.
Right,
like they are very similar to the zombies mechanics that people know already, but they do have their own spin on it, and it's not like, it doesn't feel like a carbon copy. It feels like their own thing.
That sounds neat,
which is really, really great.
It's nice.
It does throw you in the deep end somewhat, because there is straight away like a big map Easter egg stuff and things like that. So running around yesterday, finding my way around this map, I hadn't even opened all the map yet. Like, I was still thinking, what on earth do I do to do this sort of stuff? But it is a really, really good, and definitely not like a rehash of a zombies experience.
Right.
So if you're a zombies fan like I am, and you've been playing the tryout game since World at War, like not 7 years ago, nearly 10 years ago now.
About almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
World at War, I think.
If you've been playing that, then you are going to love the zombies mode in this.
Good.
It's really, really exciting.
That is the thing that stands out the most to me. Like Band of Brothers campaign, multiplayer, whatever. But if they've done like a nice horror version of zombies,
proper horror zombies,
getting your crew back together,
which is what I wanted. Cool. I wanted a genuinely scary zombies, and they really nailed that. So I'm really excited to see what more I can get out of this map, and also what's to come, because obviously they're going to do more maps in DLC and stuff like that.
Sweet.
So
for now, you're very positive.
So for now, I'm very positive. Yeah, this is like a provisional sort of 4 stars, I'd say, provisionally. Ooh. But essentially, if I play through everything over the weekend and there's nothing that comes up to me and I think, that's the big dud, then this could be a very, very highly rated game this year.
I did see you like
Activision have pulled it out of the bag after the iffy Infinite Warfare. Sledgehammer and Activision have actually done a good thing, and everyone was hoping for a good Call of Duty game this year, and so far that is what we've got.
It's very interesting to see how the rest of it plays out, but I think this is one of the ones that was fan requested, and if they've delivered every single bit of it, then hopefully it comes together.
They've delivered it, and they've done it with a polish. They really have. So if you're on the fence, like a lot of people I know are, and a lot of people here in the office are very...
Oh yeah, it's pretty much...
They're unsure as to whether they want to get it. If you are on the fence, and you really can't make a decision, I would personally say, in this first impressions, you should dive in and give it a go.
Cool. Well, yes, we will join you guys. We'll join you for a proper review next week when you've managed to spend like.
I've spent the entire weekend
many hours in
everything.
Cool. Yeah. You guys can let us know in the comments what you think. Shout out your favourite bits and join us next week for the review. I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com.
I've been Rich from WhatCulture.com.
And we'll catch you soon.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe below, and if you're looking for more content like this, then try a few things that are floating about around my ears. Might be fun. I can't promise it though, but it might be.